Just a recap. 1 mole of atoms means 6.022 into 10 power 23 atoms, which is equal to gram atomic mass. Means we are talking about 1 mole. So gram atomic mass is nothing but 1 mole. Similarly, 1 mole of molecules will be those many molecules. Here it was atoms and molecules. And here we will call it gram molecular mass, not gram atomic mass. Then moles of any element, this is something from your ninth grade, mass divided by atomic mass. But if we are talking about moles of a compound, it will be mass divided by molecular mass. Instead of atomic mass, now we will call it molecular mass. Okay. Then mass of one atom, obviously it will be atomic mass divided by how many atoms are there in 1 mole? 6.022.
6.022 into 10 to the power 23.
Correct. Similarly, mass of one molecule will be its molecular mass divided by why molecular mass? Because its molecular mass is actually 1 mole. These many
Yes, sir.
grams will actually be 1 mole. Okay. And 1 mole has how many molecules? 6.022 into 10 power 23. So divide it by that. You will get mass of one molecule. Then volume occupied by 1 mole of gas at STP 22.4 liter. If you understand these points, we move to the question. Calculate the number of atoms in 1 mole of carbon. How many number of atoms will be there in 1 mole of carbon? Tell me in the chat box. Very quickly, this one is very easy. I am expecting answer from everyone. Number of atoms in 1 mole of carbon. Correct. You can just write the symbol also. Yes, no, Aryaman, yes. Devyansh, yes. Yash Goyal, correct. Shashwat, correct. Amir, correct. Good. So it will be just 6.022 into 10 power 23. We have just talked about it. 1 mole always will have the Avogadro number equal to the atoms. Here, carbon in the form of atoms, hence atom. So if you know that 0.5 mole will have half of that, 1 mole has 6.022 into 10 power 23, zero point 0.5 will have half of that. So you will have 3.011 into 10 power 23. Means you have divided the Avogadro number by 2. Next, calculate the number of atoms in 32 grams of sulfur. So 32 grams of sulfur, if we are talking about, it is just sulfur atoms, okay, not molecules. So don't get confused. Sulfur atoms means just sulfur. We are not considering S8. So sulfur atomic mass is 32U. It means 32 grams will be equal to 1 mole. It means there will be only 6.022 into 10 power 23 atoms. Now, how many number of atoms in 3.2 grams of sulfur? If 32 grams, there are 6.022 into 10 power 23. In 3.2 grams, 6.022 into 10 power 22. You divide by 10. Unitary method, simple unitary method. Now the question, calculate the number of molecules in 180 gram of glucose. For that, you need to first calculate the molar mass of glucose. And molar mass of glucose, I would suggest that you remember these things. Molar mass of glucose is actually 180 U. Okay, few things I'll ask you to memorize so that you don't waste time in examination. Okay, one of those things is molar mass of glucose, 180 grams. It means the number of, and it exists as molecule, the number of molecules will be same, 6.022 into 10 power 23. Now if I change the question slightly, now I say how many atoms are there in 18 grams of glucose? Now the question is slightly tricky. We won't say in 180 grams it was 6.022 into 10 power 23. In 18 gram it will be 6.022 into 10 power 22. No, those many will be the molecules only. In 180 grams, we have 6.022 into 10 power 23 molecules. Hence, in 18 grams, we will have 6.022 into 10 power 22 molecules. Hence, atoms will be C6H12O6. How many atoms are there in one molecule? There are 6 plus 12 plus 6. 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen, 6 oxygen.
24.
Is 24 atoms are there in one molecule. It means number of atoms will be number of molecules, that is 6.022 into 10 power 22 multiplied by 24. And once you solve it, you will get 1.445 into 10 power 20.
Sir, can you re-explain this?
Yes. What's happening here, that instead of molecules, in previous question you were asked about molecule and this is a molecule. So the answer was very easy. But here you have been asked atoms, not in 180 gram, 18 gram only. So you have grams and you have molecules. In 180 grams, you have 6.022 into 10 power 23 molecules. Hence, by applying unitary method in 18 gram, you will have 6.022 into 10 power 22. Is that clear till here?
Yes, sir.
These many molecules, but one molecule has 24 atoms. Why? C6H12O6. 6 carbons plus 12 hydrogen plus 6 oxygen. 24 atoms in just one molecule. So these many molecules will have how many atoms? You need to multiply it by 24. That will be the answer. Is that clear now?
Yes, sir.
Next question. And just these simple concepts you need to learn. Once you can learn the simple concepts, the complex concepts are nothing but the mixing of these simple concepts, nothing else. Okay. Calculate the number of atoms in zero point 0.2 mole molecules of oxygen. This is just to tell you that we have molecules of oxygen. Sometimes in the question, you will have to deduce whether the question is talking about molecule or atoms, even if it is not written. You know that oxygen exists as O2. Oxygen does not exist as O. It means even if it is not written, you will consider it as molecule. So here it is just a hint that these moles are in the form of molecule. Otherwise, there is no need to write this stuff. The question is simply calculate the number of atoms in zero point 0.2 moles of oxygen. So you will apply 1 mole of oxygen will be equal to how many molecules? 6.022 into 10 power 23 molecules. Hence, 0.20 moles of O2 will be 0.20 into 6.022 into 10 power 23 molecules. But you have been asked atom. So always write. And in all these numericals, in chemistry, it is important that you write what is given, what you need to calculate. Okay? So you have to calculate the number of atoms. I am already getting correct answers. Very good. So number of atoms, one molecule has 2 atoms. It means number of atoms will be twice of this.
Sir, even I got, sir, this only 12.044.
Yes, sir.
12.044, the number of atoms, the final answer.
Okay, sir, we multiply it by 2, no, sir? Okay,
Yes,
sir.
yes, right.
Sir, is it because of that O2 you have
Yes,
taken?
exactly. Because one O2 is one molecule, but it is equal to 2 atoms. Okay. So that's why when you multiply, you will get the answer as 2.409 into 10 to the power 23. So always write what is asked. So in the beginning, before you start this question, how you will start and what is important to write, you will write given number of moles of O2 equals to 0.20. Okay. And then you will write number of atoms of oxygen. Remember, I have not written O2 here because atoms will not be in the form of molecule. So either you write just O or you write number of atoms of oxygen is required. So this is from where you will start. Now you know that you need atoms, you don't need molecule. So that will ensure that you don't make the mistakes. Next question. Calculate the mass of all atoms in 1 mole of calcium. So you will write given moles of calcium equals to 1. Atomic mass of calcium 40 U. You need to calculate mass of all atoms of calcium. So basically, even if it is not written all atoms, you need to calculate the mass of 1 mole of calcium. This question is very simple. Whether there are atoms, whether there are molecules, you don't bother about it. If it is 1 mole, you need to convert mole to mass. Obviously, there will be calcium atoms because calcium exists in the form of atoms. So atoms here is just a dead wood. Not required at all in this question, but just written because calcium exists as atoms. And you know the conversion, mole to mass conversion is,
Gram.
yes, you need
The
to
gram,
multiply mole. Okay, you need to
sir, I mean
multiply mole by
unit gram.
atomic mass. Yes. So that is the conversion. If you remember the diagram was from mole to mass. The conversion was mole multiplied by atomic mass or molecular mass. It means to get the mass, you need to multiply mole by atomic mass. And what is atomic mass? Atomic mass is 40. So 1 mole of calcium will be equal to how many grams? 1 mole of calcium will be equal to its
40
atomic
grams.
mass. And that's what I
Sir,
told you
I
in
have
your,
a doubt, sir.
yes, Pratham.
Sir, in this kind of question, sir, here the question was made easy, so we could directly change it to grams, sir. But
Right.
had it been, sir, 1.2 moles, then, sir, uh, we would have been calculating the number of particles also, no, sir? After that, we had to multiply it from
No,
the given number of moles.
no. You just need to apply unitary method. You need to apply
Okay,
unitary method that in 1 mole, these many grams, then in zero point 0.2 mole or 1.2 mole, these many grams.
okay, sir.
So that's why this formula, you just multiply the number of moles by atomic mass, nothing else. That actually takes care of the unitary method. Simple formula and you get the answer. Now suppose I change this question slightly. I say calculate mass of an atom of calcium. So that's why I had previous question, although that question was very easy. That was basically a precursor of this one. If you can calculate the mass of all the atoms, for one atom, you need to divide it by 6.022 into 10 power 23 because 1 mole has those many atoms. So I'm going back. From here, you got that 1 mole will weigh equal to atomic mass represented in grams. So I'm writing it again. 1 mole of any substance is equal to whether it's atomic mass or molecular mass represented in grams. That's it. That's what you do simply. If you know atomic mass or molecular mass, you just say these many grams. That will be equal to 1 mole. So here, 1 mole of calcium will be equal to its atomic mass, that is 40U, but you won't write 40U, you will say 40 grams. And in 1 mole of calcium, how many atoms of this will be? It means
Sir,
6.022 into
6.022 into 10 to the power 20.
3
so
atoms
we
of
will divide 40 by this number, sir. 40 divided by 6.022.
exactly correct. Correct.
Yes.
So it means if these many atoms weigh 40 gram, you apply unitary method, 1 atom of calcium will weigh 40 divided by 6.022 into 10 power 23 grams. And once you solve this, you will get answer as 6.64 into 10 power minus 23. This portion will give you 6.64 and 10 power minus 23 because 10 power 23 goes into numerator minus 20. Understand the steps?
Sir, is it so that we try to disturb that we don't try to disturb the 10 raised to the power 23? Because sir, here we could have converted the 40 by dividing 6.022 by 4 and then taking the 10 off to the 23.
Here the calculation is straightforward because 40 divided by 6.022 will give you the form 6.64, which is the standard form. You have studied in previous classes that the standard form is something that the decimal is just after 1 digit. Okay. So for example, if I write 64.4, 66.4 into 10 power 22 minus 24, I can write this number as this number also. These are same numbers. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But this is not the standard form. The standard form is that decimal must be after 1 digit only. Now, if I divide 40 by 6.022, I'll directly get decimal after 1 digit. That is the standard form. So I don't need to disturb anything here. I
Okay,
will
sir.
directly get the answer in standard form. Next question. Calculate the mass. And whenever we are doing these questions, you need to recall, or in the notes I have given the diagram we discussed, take a printout of that one. When you do that, these type of questions, keep that printout by side. Okay. We need to calculate mass of 1 molecule of sulfur dioxide, and sulfur dioxide is in the form of molecule. It means we just need to do direct conversion, nothing else. So conversion is of 1 molecule to mass. But we don't deal with 1 molecule with mass. We deal with 1 mole to mass.
Sir, 64.
Mass of 1 molecule.
Sir,
You have to get in grams, not in U. If it is written mass, it will be in
okay,
grams.
sir. Okay, sir. I calculated it.
23 molecules.
Yes, you are not clear.
So 1 mole contains 6.022 into 23 molecules.
Good. Good.
So sir, must divide कर सकते हैं.
Yes, sir. 6.022, sir. And in denominator, we put the sir mass that we have calculated. New.
No.
Yes, sir.
In the numerator, you will have mass. In the denominator, you will have the number. Okay. I would suggest that
Yes.
you always follow the unitary method, right? And if you have to calculate mass, remember mass has to be in numerator. Otherwise, mass, if it is in denominator, obviously it will be per mass. You will not get
Yes,
grams.
sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that is something. And if you apply the unitary method, you will never make the mistake. Initially, at least. After you are, very good at these type of conversions, you can follow any approach, and you will be able to get the answer verbally, even not writing even single sentence. But initially, I would suggest you follow the approach. And in exam, obviously, all the steps. No skipping of the steps, you will lose marks. So what you need to get mass. But mass you can get from moles. And 1 mole of SO2 will be equal to its molecular mass in grams. That's what I am talking about again and again. 1 mole of anything is either its atomic mass or its molecular mass in grams. It means 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules of SO2 will be equal to its molecular mass. Molecular mass of SO2 will be S plus twice of O2, that is
64.
64 grams. So these many molecules weigh 64 grams, hence by unitary method, one molecule just divide by. Once you do, you will get answer as 1.06 into 10 power minus 20. Remember, here you will get 10.6 into 10 to the power minus 23. Okay, 64 divided by 6.022. But you will convert it in a standard form, that is decimal must be after first digit. Then it will be 10 to the power minus 22 grams. Next question. What volume is occupied by at STP by 28 grams of nitrogen? This one is very simple question. I need answer
Okay.
from those
Sir,
ones.
44.8.
22.4 liters.
Okay, Sarthak, yes.
Sir, 44.8 liters.
Okay. Okay. In the first or second question, I said that sometimes you will have to deduce from the question whether it is talking about atoms or whether it is talking about molecules. So tell me whether nitrogen exists as atom or it exists as molecule.
Molecules.
Dimolecular.
Yes. Okay. So it's not dimolecule, it's a molecule, right? Diatomic. Diatomic molecule.
Yes, sir. Diatomic.
So
Yes.
if it exists as molecule, it means its atomic mass will be 14 plus 14, that is 28U, not 14U. Now tell me what will be the volume occupied by STP by 28 grams of nitrogen.
22.4.
22.4.
Right, now you got it correct, okay? Because 28U is atomic mass, means 1 mole of nitrogen gas will be equal to 28 grams. It means it will be equal to 22.4 liters because it is 1 mole. 22.4 liters of N2. 1 mole of N2, 22.4 liter equals to 28 grams. So 28 grams will have 22.4 liters. That is the answer. If any point is not clear, just let me know. Okay. And those who are not answering, just Gyanendra, Nakul, Naman, switch on your video. Samad,
Sir, I was answering.
you are answering. Oh,
Yes, sir, I was speaking.
Okay,
Sir, it's Sir Samad.
maybe I missed, but those who am asking, they need to switch on their video. Tanishi, Surya Snata, switch on your video. Next. What volume is occupied at STP by 1.4 gram of nitrogen? Now, the previous question was a precursor of this one to tell you what calculations you need to do. Tell me the answer. And answer in chat window, not on mic. What volume is occupied at STP by 1.4 gram of nitrogen? Okay, Shashwat, Arjun, Yash, Goyal, correct. Aryaman, think again. Yes, Vedi, correct. Some correct. Sarthak, think again.
Sir, I gave the unit wrong, sir. I have corrected it.
Okay. Samad, no. Devyansh, correct. Ashni, correct. Pratham, yes. Kavish, think again. Ashni, correct. Sabir, think again. Nakul, correct. Devyansh, correct. Karthikeya, Piyush, correct. Atmandeep,
Sir, can I
again,
speak my answer, sir?
no, not at the moment because I don't want others to listen. Just for
Oh, okay,
few
sir.
more seconds. Tanishi, calculation mistake. Arna, calculation mistake. Otherwise, you are correct. Amir, correct. Okay. Yes. Now tell me what you were saying. Now you can speak. Gyanendra, okay. Shivani, calculation mistake. Okay. Now then, in previous question, that's why I got the previous question first. 28 grams is equal to 22.4 liter. So you apply the same knowledge. First, you calculate here because you know that 1 mole will be equal to 22.4 liter. So you will say 28 grams of nitrogen will be equal to 22.4 liter at STP. Hence, 1 gram will be equal to 22.4 divided by 28 liters. Hence, 1.4 gram will be equal to 22.4 divided by 28 into 1.4, and 1.4 when 28 it will give you 20. Okay? 1.4 multiplied by 20 will be 28. So it will give you actually 1.12 liters. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes.
You
Yes,
just
sir.
have to apply the initial method. Pranav, is that clear? Shivani,
Yes,
is
sir.
that clear?
Yes, sir.
Next question. What volume? So you need to calculate, well, calculate volume at STP by 6.023. In few cases, it will be given 0.22 or 23. You need to consider at Na. Okay? If it is given 0.6.023, consider that as Na. Molecules of oxygen. Molecules of oxygen. So actually, this is equal to 1 mole. Na, Avogadro number, is equal to 1 mole. And 1 mole occupies how much volume?
Sir, 22.4.
Sir, 22.4.
Right, correct. So that will be the answer in this case. This is actually just conversion, direct conversion from numbers to mole. Yes, many correct answers I have
Sir,
already
what would
received.
have happened if there was atoms in place of molecules?
You would have multiplied it by 2. Okay, sorry, divided by 2. Because
Divided by two.
suppose if it is 6.022 into 10 power 23 atoms,
Yes,
then
sir.
that will be, you will divide it by.
Okay.
Next. Right. What volume is occupied at STP by 6.023 into 10 power 21? Now, why I have included this question? The moment the students see this thing and they neglect this one, and many students have done it wrong and lost marks just because the moment it is seen 6.022, they are very much happy. I got the Avogadro number. Good. But they forget about the 20. You need to remember, if it is 10 power 21, you need to apply unitary method after that. So in this question, you will say 6.023 into 10 power 23 molecules of oxygen will be equal to 22.4 liter, and 6.023 into 10 power 21 molecules will be into 6.023 into 10 power 21 divided by 6.023 into 10 power 23, that is 0.224 liter. Now remember, if it is written in the question 6.023, everywhere you need to write 6.023, not 6.022. Next question.
Excuse me,
What?
sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you explain the previous question again? Actually, I was disconnected.
Okay. Now everyone has switched off their video. Switch on your video. I don't want anyone here not paying attention. Yes, come again. This question you are talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this question says how many, sorry, what volume is occupied at STP by these many atoms. Now remember when we talked about the conversion, we said here we have mole and here we have numbers and here we have volume, if you remember that diagram. It is actually asking that if you have 6.023 into 10 power 21 molecules and oxygen exists as molecules, so there is no further conversion required, molecule only. Then if you need to convert it to volume, the way will be number to mole and mole to volume. Okay, and you know that 1 mole direct conversion is, if it would have been 1 mole, it would have been 6.023 into 10 power 23 and volume would have been 22.4 liter in that case. So volume of these many molecules is 22.4. So volume of these many molecules will be what? You need to apply unitary method. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ash. Good. Some of the question number 11 was this one. Next question is, what volume is occupied at STP by 0.2 mole of ammonia? 0.2 mole of ammonia, we don't bother about, remember, whether it is ammonia, whether it is nitrogen, whether it is oxygen. The conversion is very simple. 1 mole of any gas is equal to 22.4 liter. So whether it is ammonia, nitrogen, we don't bother about that.
Yes,
Just
sir.
apply the unitary method. Tell me the answer in chat window. Yes, the correct answer. Arjun, correct answer. Yash Goyal, think again. Devyansh, correct. Amir, again. Pratham, Kartike, Pratyush, correct. Apply the unitary method, nothing else. 1 mole is equal to 22.4 liter. 0.2 mole will be 0.2 into 22.4 liter. Ashni, Ariman, Arna, Pranav, correct. Amir, try again. So this simple unitary method, yeah, and everyone should be clear about it. You know that 1 mole of any gas at STP is equal to 22.4 liter. You will apply this as 1 mole of ammonia will be equal to 22.4 liter. Hence, 0.2 mole of ammonia will be 0.2 into 22.4 liters.
4.48.
repeated. Yes. That is the answer.
Sir, if it were mass, then we would have used 0.2 into 17, no?
Yes, 17, because molar mass, molecular mass of ammonia is 17.
It's
14
17.
plus. Yes, correct. Next question. One atom of an element X weighs these many grams. Calculate the number of gram atoms in 80 kilogram of it. Before I start, tell me what is asked, what you need to calculate. Tell me in the chat window. In this question, you are asked to calculate what? Yash Bedi, good. Pratham, good. Samad, think again. Pranav, correct. Savya, think again. Kavish, think again. Karthike, correct. Ariman, yeah, that is correct. Yes, Ariman, correct. Yes, think again. Yes, Goyal. Arjun, think again. Samad, yes, correct. Now Shivani, correct. But you think again. Okay, I told you gram atoms, gram molecules, gram atomic mass, gram molecular mass, everything is mole. Everything is mole. Yes, Amir, now correct. Okay, so if you remember that, I'm going back to that. I told you here, whether you call it gram atomic mass or gram atoms or gram molecular mass or gram molecules, everything is just 1 mole. So 1 mole of atoms, 1 mole of molecules, gram atomic mass, gram molecular mass, gram atoms, gram molecules, everything is just 1 mole. Okay. So in this question, basically you have to calculate number of moles, nothing else.
Sir, so we also have to calculate the molar mass for this, no?
Yes, that's what for these values are given. The
Ye-
mass of
yes,
one
sir.
atom is given. Okay?
Sir, I'm getting confused here itself, sir. How do I calculate molar mass, sir?
That's
Is
what
it?
I'm atomic mass, because these are atoms, we will call it atomic
Oh,
mass.
sir, I got it, sir. I got it, sir. I got
Okay,
it.
okay, good.
Sir, I
Now
was getting confused.
everything is in the conversions. You know that atomic mass is equal to mass of one atom. So if I say atomic mass of calcium, this is just for example, calcium is 40 U. That will give you answer that 1 mole will be equal to 40 grams. Means 6.022 into 10 power 23 atoms mass total will be 40 grams. This is something you know. You will apply this knowledge here. You will say, if one atom weighs this one, then what will be the mass of 6.022 into 10 power 23 atoms? That will be equal to 1 mole, or atomic mass in grams. So mass of these many atoms, if one atom mass is 6.644, will be 6.644 into 10 to the power minus 23 into number of atoms. That will be actually 1 mole, will be these many grams. Tell me whether this point is clear or not.
Yes, sir.
In 1
No,
mole, you
sir.
have
Yes.
Sir, can you explain
6.022.
it, sir?
Okay, just listen to me, okay? In 1 mole, and now I'm asking this question to those ones who are not clear, okay? In 1 mole, how many atoms will be there?
6.022 into 10
6.022.
Into 10 power 23, right? It means the mass of these atoms will be what? Number of atoms multiplied by mass of one atom. Is that clear or not?
Yes.
Yes,
Total mass
sir.
of 1 mole will be number of atoms, that is 6.022 into 10 power 23, multiplied by mass of one atom. That's what I have done here. Number of atoms multiplied by mass of one atom will give me total mass of 1 mole, because 1 mole has these many atoms. Is that
So
clear now?
now we'll be using the formula number of moles is equal to given mass upon molar mass.
Yes, we can.
Sir, kindly check my answer, sir.
I'll check. Just let me explain. Uh, okay. Okay. So from here, you will get approximately, Pratham seems there is some calculation mistake, okay? Here you will get
Okay, sir.
approximately 6.644 into 6 point, it will be approximately 40. Approximately when you calculate will be 40. And 10 to the power minus 23 and 10 power 23 will get cancelled. So it will be actually 1 mole will be 40 grams. It means the atomic mass will be 40 U. Is that clear or not? If 1 mole is equal to 40 grams, and we say that 1 mole is equal to atomic mass represented in grams, 1 mole is equal to atomic mass represented in grams. It means atomic mass is 40 U. Now, if you know the atomic mass, you can calculate how many moles will be there in 80 kilograms, because number of moles, in this case, gram atoms, okay? You will write gram atoms, don't write moles, because you have been asked gram atoms, you will write gram atoms, will be equal to given mass divided by atomic mass. So in place of number of atoms, you will write gram, number of molecules, you will write gram atoms, just for the sake of the term given in the question. Now, given mass is 80 kilograms, not grams. So convert it to grams divided by,
Yes, sir, I got the answer, sir.
so it will be approximately 2000. Okay. You need to calculate the gram atoms. It will be approximately 2000 gram atoms. So this is the exact, because here I approximated approximately 40. Okay. So if you calculate exactly, it will be slightly less, 1999.5, which is approximately equal to 2000. Go through all the steps. If any step is not clear, let me know which step is not clear.
सर सेकंड स्टेप एक बार वापस बता दीजिए प्लीज.
Okay, Shasha. Now the second step is this one. It is something I'll explain in the real world. Okay. For example, you have rupees 10 notes, and you have 25 rupees 10. So what will be its value? It will be 25 into 10. That is, in total, you have 250 rupees. That's how you do. You multiply the value of one with the number of that thing. That's what you do to get the total value. So here the same thing you have done to calculate the total mass of mole, 1 mole. You know that how many atoms
Okay,
are
sir.
there in
Mass
1
of
mole.
one mole will be equals to total
Number
number
of
of atoms
atoms
into
in 1
mass of
mole
one.
multiplied by mass of one atom. So that's what
Okay, sir.
mass in 1 mole will be equal to number of atoms in 1 mole multiplied by mass of 1 atom. Now, why we are interested in mass of 1 mole? Because mass of 1 mole will actually give us atomic mass. Because mass of 1 mole is nothing but atomic mass in grams. That's something I'm talking again and again. 1 mole is nothing but atomic mass in grams or molecular mass in grams. So the moment I get mass of 1 mole, that will actually be the atomic mass in U. Is that clear, everyone? Or still, if there is any
Yes, sir.
problem?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Devyansh, Samad, your answer was correct. Good. Next question. Calculate the number of molecules and number of atoms present in 5.60 liter of ozone at STP. And you know the relationship very well. You know that 22.4 liter of ozone will be equal to how many molecules? 6.022 into 10 power 23 molecules. Because ozone is a molecule, O3. It's not an atom. So these many molecules will be there. Hence, 5.60 liter of ozone will have 6.022 into 10 power 23 divided by 22.4 into 5.60. 5.604 will give you 22.4. Okay. It means when you simplify it, it will be 1.505 something. Okay. 4 ones are 4, 4 fives are 20, okay, something like that. So, but the moment you get these will be molecules. To get the atoms, one one ozone molecule is equal to 3 oxygen atoms. The number of atoms will be, you multiply this number by 3. So the answer will be, molecules will be 1.506 into 10 power 23. And when you multiply this by 3, these many will be the atoms. It is similar to what we did in case of oxygen, but in case of oxygen, one molecule had 2 atoms. So we multiplied it by 2 in that case to get the number of atoms. Here, to get the number of atoms, we will multiply by 3 because one molecule is equal to 3 atoms of oxygen. Next question. And I need answer in chat window. This is something in previous class I have talked about. Is the molar volume of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide same or different? Don't respond to everyone, just send answer to me. Everyone correct answer. Yes. Amir, correct. Kartike, no. Surista, no. Shashwat, no. Just let me see Shashwat again. Sarthak, Sarthak, no. Yash Goel, yes, correct. Samad, no. Tanishi, correct. Devyansh, correct. Arjun, correct. Shashwat, correct. Kavish, Kartike, now. Kavish, correct. Kartike, think again. Shivani, Yash Goyal, Sabya, Naman, correct. Pratyush, Sanskirti, Devyansh, correct. Yes, Sharma, correct. Ashni. Okay, so all correct or nothing again. Molar volume means it is nothing but a value. 22.4 liters is molar volume. So whether it is carbon dioxide, whether it is carbon monoxide, whether it is ammonia, nitrogen, hydrogen, whatever it is, molar volume means 22.4 liters. So it will be same.
So,
Yes, yes.
so अगर टेम्परेचर और प्रेशर अलग होगा फिर तो ये दोनों अलग
No,
अलग होंगे ना.
molar volume is always at STP. So you don't need to mention the temperature and pressure. This
So, sir, it is
22.4 liter is always at STP.
sir. So it is same for any compound or element taken, sir. Any.
Any gas,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay, not any
Okay.
compound, any gas. Next question. How many molecules and atoms of sulfur are present in 0.1 moles of S8 molecule? I need answer from you. Tell me the answer in chat window. By now you should have sufficient knowledge. And once you have done the practice of these questions, this much time is sufficient for both the parts, molecules and atoms. Pratham, yes, correct. Tell me atoms also. Ariman, correct. Tell me atoms also. Arjun, yes. Molecules correct. Arna, yes, correct. Arna, atoms, number of atoms correct. Yes, yes, molecules correct. Devyansh, molecules correct. Pratham, yes, atoms. You need to write atoms there, Pratham. Suryash Nata, calculation mistake. Arjun, calculation mistake. Kavish, okay, correct. Piyush, correct. Yes, atoms. Tanishi, check the powers of 10. Yash Goel, no Yash. Instead of multiplication, you have divided by 8. Yash Goel, Devyansh, Yash Sharma, correct. How many correct answers? Sarthak, beta, don't copy paste from internet. Pranav, correct.
Sir, I've not answered.
Then who has copied pasted? Let me check. Gyanendra. Gyanendra, don't copy paste.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay. How many molecules and atoms of sulfur are present in 0.1 mole of S8 mole? So once you calculate the molecules, you don't need to do anything. It is direct conversion. 1 mole equals to 6.022 into 10 power 23 molecules. 0.1 mole will be 6.022 into 10 power 22 molecules. Okay, not 23 divided by 10, 22. Then one molecule has 8 atoms. Hence, number of atoms in 0.1 mole will be equal to 8 times number of molecules. One molecule has 8 atoms. So you will write 8 into 6.022 into 10 power 22 atoms. So approximately 48 point something. That is 4.876 into 10 to the power 23. Will be the other zero. Yeah. 176. Yes, correct. So approximately it will be 4.8176 into 10 power 20. Is that clear? All the steps. Or if there is any confusion, then let me know. If still there is any confusion. A few students had divided by 8. So they need to be very clear that it is to be multiplied by 8. Next question. Now, before I proceed with the next question, we have around 7 minutes. So after this question, I'll just explain the question I asked in the previous class. Calculate the number of moles of iodine in a sample containing these many molecules. So it is just conversion from molecules to moles. So you will say 6.022 into 10 power 23 molecules represent 1 mole. Hence, 1 into 10 power 22 molecules will represent 1 by 6.022 into 10 power 23. 1 into 10 power 23 moles. Once you simplify, you will get 0.0166 moles. Okay. Simple conversion from molecules to moles. Now the question I asked you in the previous class, and that is slightly tricky, so be attentive. The question was, how many atoms are there in 22.4 liters of H2O at STP? The key is here that we are talking about STP, and STP means 0 degrees Celsius and 1 atomic pressure, and at 0 degrees Celsius H2O is water, not a gas. So because it is water or ice, you can't apply the formula of gas. 22.4 liter is strictly for gases. So how you need to deal with it? Then you know that density of water is what? It is 1 gram per ml. You know that, yeah? 1 liter of water is equal to 1 kilogram, or density of water is 1 gram per ml. So 22.4 liter of H2O will be equal to 22.4 kilograms. Because it will be 22,400 milliliters, and 1 milliliter is equal to 1 gram. 1 gram per ml means there is 1 gram in 1 milliliter. 1 milliliter is equal to 1 gram. So these many milliliters will be equal to 22.4 liter means 22,400 milliliter means 22,400 grams. From here, you need to calculate the moles. Moles will be given mass upon molar mass of water, that is 18. Molar mass of water is 2 plus 16, that is 18. So from here, you will get number of moles, and number of moles you will multiply by Na, Avogadro number, you will get number of molecules. Then number of atoms you will get by multiplying number of molecules by 3, because there are 3 atoms, 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. 3. So that will give you the answer. Is that clear? And this is something they will try to confuse you in competitive examinations like JEE and NEET. You will quickly say it is 22.4 liter. It will be 1 mole, but at STP, it does not exist as a steam. It exists as equal phase of water and ice. So approximately you can consider the density is 1 gram per ml.